All right, let's jump into the world of rare coin investing. It seems like a lot of you are interested in this. We've got a ton of articles and guides you've all sent in, each with a different angle on this whole market. So
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, actually.
definitely. We're going to try and figure out, what makes a rare coin valuable,
Right.
which types are worth considering,
Hmm.
and how to approach this whole market strategically.
Absolutely. And there's quite a bit to unpack to make sense of it all.
Yeah.
Starting with, um, how do we even determine a rare coin's value?
Yeah, it's easy to think that, oh, a coin is just worth whatever the gold or silver content is, but these
Right.
articles are saying it's way more than that.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The material itself does play a role,
Right.
but it's really just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
And what really gets interesting is how rarity, condition, demand, and numismatic value all kind of intertwine
Oh, wow.
to determine a coin's true worth.
It's like a recipe almost.
Exactly, exactly. Like a special sauce. Yeah. So let's start with rarity. The more limited the supply, the more a coin is typically valued.
Okay.
Think of it like a limited edition print
Okay.
versus, just a mass-produced poster.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And I see some of these articles are talking about key dates and mint marks.
Yeah.
What are those?
Great question. So key dates refer to coins that were minted in smaller quantities for a particular year,
Okay.
making them inherently rarer.
Okay.
Mint marks, on the other hand, are these small symbols on a coin
Right.
that actually indicate where it was minted.
Oh, okay.
And certain mint marks, especially for specific years, can really impact a coin's rarity and value.
Oh, wow.
Like, for example, the San Francisco Mint's first $5 gold coin,
Okay.
the 1854 S half eagle, so that S is the mint mark.
Right.
It hadn't actually been on the market for, gosh, almost 40 years
Wow.
until one resurfaced and sold for, are you ready for this?
Okay, hit me.
$1.92 million in 2020.
What?
That's rarity driving value.
Gosh, for one coin. That's incredible.
It is.
So then what about condition? Because these articles mention this thing called the Sheldon grading scale.
Yeah, condition is absolutely crucial.
Okay.
And a coin's grade, which is determined using that Sheldon grading scale, it ranges from 1 to 70, reflects its level of preservation.
Okay.
So the higher the grade, the fewer imperfections it has, making it rarer and more desirable.
So the grade is like a quality rating.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And think of it like, a vintage comic book.
Yeah.
Mint condition copy is going to be far more valuable
Right.
than one that's, seen better days. Right.
Right. Totally.
So having a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC evaluate and encapsulate a coin
Right.
adds an extra layer of trust and value.
Yeah, because these sources were mentioning that
Right.
certified coins tend to sell for more. So
Exactly. Exactly.
why is that?
Well, for a few reasons. First, it removes the guesswork for buyers
Okay.
because that professional grade from a reputable service
Right.
guarantees authenticity and provides an objective assessment of the coin's condition. So
Yeah.
you're eliminating the risk of those, subjective opinions or
Oh.
potential disputes down the road.
Oh, so it's like the expert is vouching for it, basically.
Exactly, exactly. And it also protects the coin.
Oh, okay.
So the encapsulation process safeguards the coin from further damage or so preserving its condition and value over time.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Right.
Yeah. But even with that professional grading, I feel like demand probably plays a huge role.
Huge role.
And they mentioned something called registry sets in here, which
Yeah.
sound kind of intense.
Registry sets is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine trying to assemble the best possible set of, say, Lincoln pennies.
All right.
Okay. So collectors compete to have the highest graded examples of each coin in a specific series.
Oh, wow.
So if you're missing like a key date in pristine condition, you'll likely pay a premium for it because,
Yeah.
the other collectors who are building their registry sets are also vying for that coin.
Right.
So it's like a high stakes competition among serious collectors.
Oh, wow.
And that competition directly impacts the value of certain coins.
So you have to know what's in those registry sets to know
Yeah.
what's in high demand.
Exactly. And then there's the fourth ingredient in our value recipe,
Okay.
which is numismatic value.
All right.
And this is where things move beyond pure economics
Okay.
and delve into the historical and cultural significance of a coin.
Oh.
So it's not just
Yeah,
about
so it's not just about the metal. And
Exactly.
it's not just
The
about
rarity.
the rarity. It's about, like,
And the condition.
it's about the
Demand.
history of it,
The history. Exactly.
the importance.
Ancient Roman coins, for example,
Right.
hold a certain allure.
Right.
They offer a tangible link to a bygone era.
Right. It's like,
A piece of history you can hold in your hand.
yeah, it's like, it's the difference between, like,
Yeah.
a gold bar versus a gold coin that was found on a shipwreck or something.
Right.
They're both gold, but that shipwreck coin has a story.
It's got a story, and that story adds value.
Exactly.
So understanding the interplay of these four factors, rarity, condition, demand, and numismatic value, that's key to unlocking the world of rare coin investing.
Okay, so it's not as simple as it seems.
It's not. It's not.
There's a lot more to it.
Exactly.
So we've got our four factors, our
Yeah.
value recipe.
We've got a recipe down.
Now, what about the types of coins that you might
Right.
consider for your portfolio?
Yes.
I'm seeing like a few different categories here,
Yeah.
starting with bullion coins.
Yeah, bullion coins are a great entry point, particularly for those who are new to investing in precious metals.
Okay.
And they're essentially a straightforward way to invest in gold or silver.
Okay.
Take the American Gold Eagle, for example, or the Canadian Maple Leaf.
Right.
Their value fluctuates with the market price of gold or silver, making them a relatively simple way to track and invest in those metals.
So they're very straightforward, kind of tied to the
Very straightforward.
price of the metal.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then we have these rare coins,
Mhm.
which, have the potential for huge appreciation,
Yes. Yes.
but also require more knowledge.
A lot more knowledge.
What are those?
Rare coins can be ancient coins, or U.S. coins with those key dates or mint marks that we talked about.
Okay.
And they're highly sought after by collectors.
Right.
And their prices are influenced by a whole range of factors.
Okay.
Beyond just their metal content.
Okay.
It's where that interplay of rarity, condition, demand, and numismatic value really, really comes into play.
Okay, so that's where the four factors really matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then commemorative coins, what are those?
Yeah, so commemorative coins are issued to celebrate specific events or people.
Okay.
And they often have limited mintages, which can make them desirable to collectors. Think about coins like the Colombian half dollar from 1892 or the George Washington half dollar from 1982.
Right, so they're almost like little historical markers you can hold in your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a hobby that combines, history, artistry, economics,
Yeah.
and a little bit of treasure hunting, all in one.
I see why people like it.
Yeah.
So we've covered the value drivers. We've covered the types of coins.
Yep.
Where do we go from here? How do we actually start building a strategy
Right. It's a lot.
for success in this market?
Yeah.
It feels like a lot to take in.
Well, and one of the most consistent pieces of advice,
Yeah.
all these sources, is that knowledge is paramount.
Yeah. One of them even says, buy the book before you buy the coin.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do we even start? We have like a whole stack of information to go through.
Right. It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
But one source suggests, instead of trying to learn everything at once,
Yeah.
maybe try specializing.
Yeah.
Focus on a particular series or a type or an era that really captures your interest.
So instead of trying to be a jack of all trades, you become like a master of Lincoln pennies or something.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
You can then, delve deep into that area, study its history, understand those key dates and mint marks.
Right.
And really learn, what makes a truly high-quality example
Okay.
within that series.
Makes sense. It's less overwhelming than trying to wrap your head around every type of coin out there.
Right, exactly.
So then how do you actually find undervalued coins?
Well, that's where the real detective work begins, right?
Okay.
It's about comparing what you see offered for sale
Yeah.
with your deep knowledge of that series.
Oh, okay.
Is the seller, overestimating the coin's condition?
Right.
Is it a key date that they haven't even, identified properly?
So you're using your expertise to find those little
Exactly.
hidden gems.
Hidden gems, yeah.
The things that other people might have missed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And remember those registry sets we were talking about?
Yeah.
Understanding which coins are in high demand for those sets can be a huge advantage.
Oh, okay.
Because you might find a coin that seems kind of, ordinary,
Right.
but is actually like a key piece that's missing from a lot of collector sets.
Okay.
So it's far more valuable than its current price might suggest.
So it's like having insider information.
It is, yeah.
But you gained it through like legitimate...
Through knowledge,
Through
research, through understanding those dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
And of course there are some some resources to help you along the way.
Okay.
Several articles mention the Red Book,
Okay.
officially known as a guidebook of United States coins,
Right.
which provides retail coin prices,
Okay.
and also the Gray Sheet, or the coin dealer newsletter,
Okay.
which offers wholesale prices.
That's super helpful just to get a sense
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
the market.
But how do you actually, judge a coin's condition?
Ah, yeah, it could be pretty nuanced.
Yeah, they're saying
Yeah.
it's more than just like, oh, this looks
Right, right.
pretty good.
Exactly, exactly. One highly recommended resource is a book called Making the Grade.
Okay.
And it's essentially like a visual guide
Okay.
that walks you through those subtleties
All right.
of grading United States coins.
Okay, so making the grade helps you actually like see the difference between, a coin that's got minimal wear versus
Exactly.
one that's been heavily circulated.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that expertise becomes crucial,
Yeah.
especially when you're considering buying uncertified coins.
Right, because we talked about how PCGS and NGC
Yeah.
can offer that layer,
That extra layer of trust and value.
trust, exactly. But you're right.
But they also cost more.
They often do, especially
Yeah.
for those coins in those higher grades. Yeah.
But remember, those certified coins also come with that guarantee of authenticity
Right.
and an objective assessment of condition.
Yeah.
So that peace of mind can be invaluable, especially when you're starting out.
So the certified coins are like the safer bet,
Yes. Yes.
and then the uncertified coins are where you might find those
the hidden.
hidden gems.
Yeah.
But you also might get tricked.
Right. Exactly. There's definitely more risk involved there. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got our pricing guides.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our grading resources.
Yeah.
We've got our focused approach, like picking what
Our knee.
our niche.
Yeah.
Now, how do we actually time the market?
Ah, yes. Timing the market.
Because one of these said something about that.
Yeah, well, it's like any market. It experiences its ups and downs.
Oh, so rare coins are like that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not just about finding the rare coin, it's about finding it at the right time.
Exactly. Prices can fluctuate based on, a variety of factors,
Like,
including, the price of precious metals,
okay.
economic conditions,
Okay.
even collector trends.
Wow, there's a lot
There is, yeah.
to keep track of.
Well, it starts with awareness.
Okay.
Keep an eye on the price of gold and silver.
Okay.
Those movements often influence the prices of bullion coins
Okay.
and can kind of have a ripple effect on the rare core market as a whole.
So silver's down, it might be a good time to look for
Yeah.
silver coins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also pay attention to economic news
Okay.
and trends.
Right. Mhm.
Because during times of economic uncertainty, people often turn to tangible assets
Okay.
like rare coins, especially those made of, gold or silver.
It's like that saying, like, buy when there's blood in the streets.
Right, exactly.
But it's not blood. It's like,
It's economic anxieties, yeah.
yeah. It's an interesting way to think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Gosh, there's a lot to think about with this market.
There is, yeah.
It's very interconnected.
It is, yeah.
But one of these sources was talking about how you shouldn't over-diversify.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
It's an interesting point, right?
Yeah.
Because if you spread your focus too thin,
Right.
trying to track every market fluctuation and every type of coin, you risk becoming a master of none.
So it's better to, like we were saying at the beginning,
Pick your niche.
pick your niche and just go deep.
Go deep, and that deep knowledge allows you to spot those trends,
Right.
recognize undervalued coins, and make those confident decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's about quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Both in terms of, the coins you acquire
Right.
and the knowledge you cultivate.
Okay, so we've got our pricing guides, we've got our grading resources, we've got our focused approach.
Yeah.
Where do you actually find these coins?
Ah, that's a great question.
Where does the buying and selling happen?
Well, there are a few key avenues. Coin shows,
Okay.
especially like those larger national events, are great places to see, a wide variety of coins. Connect with dealers.
Okay.
Get a sense of the market.
Okay, so it's like a big...
Like a giant treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can browse and learn and network all at the same time.
That's cool. So the coin shows are not just about, like, transactions. It's about
It's about the community.
learning and stuff.
It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And speaking of connecting, building relationships with reputable coin dealers
Okay.
can be invaluable.
How so?
Well, they often have access to coins that aren't publicly listed,
Oh, okay.
and they can offer guidance and expertise
Right.
based on, years of experience.
So it's like having a mentor in the...
It is. It is. A good dealer can be a trusted advisor,
Okay.
a source of information,
Right.
even a friend in this journey.
Yeah, yeah.
But, building that trust takes time,
Right.
for sure.
And I see online marketplaces are mentioned in these,
Oh, yeah,
like eBay, Heritage Auction.
for sure. For sure.
What do you think about those?
Well, online platforms definitely offer convenience
Okay.
and a wider selection,
Mm-hmm.
but they also come with increased risks.
Okay.
It's crucial to do your research.
Right.
Vet sellers carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Read reviews,
Yeah.
examine those high-resolution images of the coins before, you commit to a purchase.
So you got to do your due diligence.
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of
Yeah.
bidding or buying.
Right.
But remember those counterfeits?
So the doctored coins.
Yeah.
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 So it's good to have, those professional grading services as kind of a safety net,
Yeah.
especially when you're buying online.
Especially online where you can't see it in person.
Right, exactly.
And then regardless of where you're getting them from,
Yeah.
remember those economic forces that we were talking about before?
Oh, absolutely. Inflation, interest rates, the strength of the dollar,
All that stuff matters.
all of these can impact the rare coin market.
It's almost like you're playing this like a multi-level chess game where you have to understand like the individual pieces,
Yeah.
the rarity, the condition, demand for specific coins.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to see the whole board
The big picture?
of the economics.
Exactly, exactly.
It's a lot.
It is, and that's why rare coin investing can be so intellectually stimulating.
Yeah.
It requires that research analysis and that constant awareness
Yeah.
of the market trends. Yeah.
So you're a detective, you're an economist, you're a historian.
All rolled into one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fascinating hobby for sure.
But it also makes me wonder about the ethics of it all.
Ah, yes, the ethics.
Are we just profiting from history?
It's a question worth considering.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, these coins they're more than just pieces of metal.
Right.
They're these tangible links to the past, each with its own story to tell.
So it feels like there's a responsibility
Oh, yeah.
that comes with owning them.
Absolutely.
Like you're almost like a
Caretaker.
character of history, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
And I think one of these sources was even saying, like, what happens to the hobby
Yeah.
if everyone just starts thinking of these as financial instruments?
Yeah, it's a valid concern, right?
Yeah.
Because the passion, the historical appreciation, the sense of community,
Right.
that makes this hobby so special could be lost
Yeah.
if profit just becomes the sole focus.
So how do you find that balance?
Right.
How do you approach this market with both, financial savvy,
Mhm.
but also respect for the coins themselves?
Well, I believe it starts with education and awareness.
Okay.
Understanding the historical context of the coins we acquire,
Oh.
handling them with care, and ensuring their authenticity.
It's not just buying an investment, it's inheriting a piece of history.
I love that. That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
And that inheritance, comes with a certain duty
Yeah.
to preserve and protect.
Right.
And that's why, supporting those efforts to combat, counterfeiting and coin doctoring is so important.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about safeguarding the integrity of the hobby.
So you're not contributing to the problem.
Exactly. Exactly. You're part of the solution.
Yeah.
And it's also about engaging with the collector community in a positive and respectful way.
Oh, yeah.
Learning from those who have dedicated their lives
Yeah.
to studying and preserving these coins
Right.
can really, really enrich
Right.
our own understanding and appreciation.
So it's like you're joining this conversation that's been going on for centuries.
Yes.
And you're adding your voice to it.
I love that.
But you're also respecting all the people that came before.
It's about recognizing that we're part of something larger than ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Community of passionate individuals
Yeah.
connected by a shared love
Right.
for these tangible pieces of history.
All right. So we've talked about the financial strategies, the risks, the rewards,
Yep.
even the ethical considerations of all of this.
It's a lot.
Yeah. As we wrap up, what are some final takeaways for our listeners?
Well, here's what I hope they'll remember. Approach rare coin investing with a sense of curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, and a healthy dose of respect.
Yeah, don't just chase the profits.
Exactly. Embrace the history,
Yeah.
the artistry,
Yeah.
the human stories
The human story.
embedded within these coins.
Let your financial decisions be guided by that passion for discovery.
Yes.
commitment to authenticity,
Yes.
a desire to kind of be a responsible steward of the past.
I love that, yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, yeah.
To all those embarking on their own coin collecting journeys, happy hunting.
Happy hunting. May your path be filled with both financial rewards and the joy of uncovering those hidden treasures.
And remember, this deep dive is just the beginning.
Yeah,
The real exploration starts when you take the plunge yourself.
absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.